Y'all, we're here with my boy KP. We just got done with the Fayetteville Regional, and what'd you do?
I got top 8 with Mikanko.
Oh shit, let's get into. Oh, you got anything to say?
Yeah. I'd say this might come off as like a budget Mikanko. I'm not playing any of the wanted or any of that engine. I just play straight Mikanko and bangers.
All right, let's get into it.
So the Mikankos, 2 Huli, 2 Hare. This is the one that makes it to where none of your Mikanko cards can be targeted. So once you establish that, it really messes people up. And then 3 Ohime. So that's it for the Mikanko monsters. A lot of people play maybe one or one of this one, but I just wanted to have extra names, and it came up a lot.
Isn't there a blue one?
The water one, I'm not playing it anymore. What it does is you can, if it's equipped, you can target a monster your opponent controls only on their turn and take it, but it just requires too much setup. 1 dolphin and 3 connector. I was thinking about playing 3 Fenrir and the Rise Heart, but I just thought dolphin would just be broken. It's one of my favorite cards too. It's my name on Facebook. But yeah, if they're only interruptions like a droll, this really pisses them off. Or they have to ash it, and at that point I can still play through. A lot of people might not understand, because in the wanted engine and all the other stuff, they have a lot of extenders warriors. I'm just playing normal summons and Mikanko cards.
And can you loop dolphin with Neo Space?
You technically can. If you summon it, if you send 4 equips to summon this, I think later you could tribute it to bring it back, but you don't really do that because you got these guys.
Ooh. These
are what you summon off of the assault, usually, if you don't start with it. So if I start with this, I will, once I get to assault, I'll summon this to summon this, and then I get to draw 2 cards, discard a card. And a lot of times, if I didn't already have my Mikanko engine live, hopefully I drew into it now, or you could draw into thrust, tactics, and then you get into the engine. So it's just, everything just works so good together. But it's just kind of nuts, being able to start with connector, rip a card with dolphin, see their hand, you know what to do after that, how to interrupt their board, and then you summon this, you get to start drawing cards, and it just really gets out of control.
So you decided to max out on 3?
Yeah, that's another thing. I maxed out on 3/3, so
you want to start with either one?
I want to start with one of these guys. So I got 9. I don't really want to start with this, but if I have to, it's fine. But with a Rhoda, it's 10 names. I took inspiration from Simon and played this as my only interruption card, and it is broken when you pull it off. The only thing is it conflicts when going second, having this and all these for your normal summons. So I have to kind of decide how I want to play, if I want to do this and just play Mikanko cards, or if I want to try and bait with my normal summons. So that's the only thing, and that's probably why they have all their free extender warriors in their builds, but I'm happy with how it works. I also main deck the Angel. It's really good against Runic. Obviously, it's really strong. Another thing you can do is you can Ohime target this. If they activate a spell, you can Ohime target this, and then it'll equip on the board, resolving backwards, negating their spell. So you can kind of, instead of having the first spell they activate get negated, you can choose what spell you want to get negated. So that's really strong. For the Mikanko 1-offs, equip spells, these are the 3 main ones. This helps you have a grind game, because every turn you can reborn from your grave, and that's a snatch steal, and that wins me a lot of games also. One of the hard ritual spell to ritual summon, it can pop a lot of cards after you resolve a soul, because you can pop equal to every equip in your grave with different names, and you burn 1,000 for each one. 2 of the quick play, this is the other way to basically ritual summon, but sometimes you can summon your other Mikankos. If you already normal summon, you could activate this to special another Mikanko from hand and start playing that way. And it also lets you banish it to dump any card you need to your graveyard. So that's kind of how you get your engine going. 3 Arabesque, it's one of the best going second cards, but because of Jin and Ken, it's an amazing going first card too, because you can bounce their Ken to your hand, get another summon the warrior, Hare when it's a special, then it's equipped. Whenever it's equipped, you can add an equip. So then you make a soul and you just full combo from there. So this is really good in your 2-card combos. 1 Rhoda, so I have the extra name. Change of Heart, you get to activate it going first, which is broken. You can Jin, summon Kin, use its effect, still Kin, special Jin, they have to discard a card. Like it's really good. Then you make a soul, full combo. Because of Jin Kin, maxing out on 3 tactics, 3 thrusts. Thrust, if you need to see your Mikanko engine, you can add the preparation. Otherwise, if you don't need to, you can get tactics to rip another card out of their hand. That's usually what you do. So like a lot of times you could discard 2 or 3 cards out of your opponent's hand, and then if they ash you or something, then now they're 4 cards down. So 3 prep for consistency, and 1 of the Mikanko snatch. Well, you target a monster and equip it to one of your monsters. It becomes an equipped spell. It also has an added effect that can burn your opponent if you have the ritual monster. And this is an XZ combo I can show you in a minute. So that's it for the main deck. I was playing 43. I didn't feel bad going over 40 because Simon and a lot of other Mikanko players have started going over 40. And I do have like a lot of cards I don't want to see, so it works out pretty good. This is for making Zeus. I didn't really ever have to do it today, but it does come up. This is for the Acid Golem block. This, if I snatch steal my opponent's monster, this makes it a level 6. So I can overlay it with Ohime, and it has a pretty good effect to get rid of cards, and then I can rank up over it. I can rank this over it. If a monster is equipped on either player's turn, this has an effect where I can non-target attach a monster to it, so it's just a free steal. Obviously you gotta play that. And Zeus. For links, this is sometimes needed for combos. When you normal summon, you can link it away and have a link, and then you can also make SP with it. This is for the Acid Golem combo. I decided to play 2 SP instead of the Fire Charmer, and it just kind of helps. Like, you can have 1 for your going first board, and then you can later, if you need to out something, make a second one. Sold for the combos. A lot of times if I don't end on SP, I'll end on this, so when they attack it with Acid Golem, I add Ohime, and then I can kill them next turn. Access code, I never got a chance to make it, because like when they would see I was about to, they'd start trying to like interrupt me, but it didn't matter. For the XZ combo, I was gonna tell you. So in this deck, you're looking at your opponent's hand when you go first, like 90% of the time, and Acid Golem says they can't special summon. But if they have, like, let's say you look at their hand and they got 5 Bystials, you probably don't want to end on Acid Golem. And a lot of the other people don't really end on anything else. Like, they just kind of try and end on as many interruptions as you can. So like, you don't want to even try this if you know they're gonna out it after looking at their hand. Or let's say they got 3 Dark Hole and other stuff. Like, no matter what, like, you don't want to end on this after seeing their hand. So instead, 2 level 3s make this, detach 2 to draw a card, then you overlay with this card, detach to add this trap card. And then what it does is on your opponent's turn, if you control an XZ, you can XZ summon on their turn, and then you overlay this. And then also, you can use both effects on the turn. You can banish to equip this to the card, and because this was equipped, or because a monster was equipped, which it itself was, you can non-target take a monster. So you can kind of start like letting your opponent play on their turn, and then when you see something you want to take, activate this, summon this, banish this, equip, now attach it as a material, and this card gains 300 for material, and this makes it to where they gain this attack. So it's like over 6,000 attack. It can't be targeted, and if it would be destroyed, you can destroy this instead. So on your following turn, like, you can just kill them with this thing. And it's not only on your opponent's turn. On your turn, you can summon just a Mikanko and get equipped, effect non-target attach. You can keep doing it every turn, taking their monsters, non-targeting. So it's pretty strong. It's 1 more interruption, and then hopefully you would have like an Ohime, the Mikanko trap, the negate spell. I mean the take spell in the grave, and then the negate angelic ring, and like, you ripped 2 to 3 cards out of their hand, and you got like 5 interruptions, so you can play through it without the Acid Golem. And then for the side deck. A lot of people aren't doing this with Mikanko, but I'm playing the going second engine in the side. So when they get 2 to 3 hands ripped out of their hand and acid golem locked, they're most likely not going to let you go first. It's like if they do, like, I guess they win the mind games, but they're probably going to be like, all right, I'm not doing that again. So you side all these in and you side all that other stuff out. So you got the Kaiju engine, Feather Duster, Double Lightning Storm. The Joshua Schmidt list, a lot of times they end on SP in their extra monster zone. So if you activate this to wipe out their back row, you wipe out their branded spell, their field spell, like it just shuts off their whole runic engine, so it's really powerful. And then this card can search any equip. It's not once per turn, so if you have like 3 of them, you can activate all of them. You dump for cost, which is good in this deck because you have a lot of graveyard utility, and then you can search any equip. And the reason I'm playing this is you can search this, and this is OTK. They gain 2,000 attack, and then they take double damage. So if they have a monster that's 2,000 or more attack, they take over 8,000 when you attack. Or if you need to just get your engine going, you get your Arabesque or whatever you want. And then this trap can do the same thing. It can equip from your deck to any monster on the field that you target. So you can search it with your Huli and then activate this to equip when they attack or when you attack to just kill them. But it's just too slow most of the time, so what I'll do is I'll add to my hand. It has a second effect. If it's in the graveyard and an equip goes to the graveyard, you can banish this to add an equip from your grave to your hand. So like I'll add it off of Huli, discard it off of, you could do it off Aqua Dolphin or Ohime or whatever. Like it gets to your grave, banish it, add this back. So there's still like a lot of utility out of it. So this is my blind second, like side all this in, hoping that they make me go second.
Not bad, not bad. Any final thoughts of the deck, how it performed?
I thought it performed really well. I had a tie, and then I lost to Vanquish Soul because they drolled me. I ended on like what I thought was a pretty good board, and I set even off of Thrust for follow-up. I set a prep and thought, okay, you know, if I can just hang in there, you know, I'll have a lot of follow-up next turn. And they even lead me and the normal Raisin, and I was like, all right, you got it. So that was my real loss. But other than that, the deck performed really good. Nobody ever made me go first. So after siding, I had all these bangers going in second and could just play through any board. Tactics, Thrust, Kaiju Slumber. I mean, it's all like just really powerful. If you have like 3 thrusts and they have like a bunch of Omni negates, you can activate it and they're like negate, activate it, negate, activate it, and they're like, okay, it resolves.
I saw that.
Yeah, so I mean, like that kind of stuff can happen. But yeah, like I don't think you need all those extra extenders and stuff. Like I think just normal summons and Mikankos is good enough. So maybe you guys could try that and see if you like it. But shout outs to Team PCD. Shout out to the team. They were running the booth today.
Right there.
Buying and selling.
Hey, we're right here. Right here.
We're vending today. Where's RP?
Yeah, they packed it up though.
Yeah, we're packed up. RP's
Shout out to Brooke. We got married a couple months ago. So yeah, shout out to her. And shout out to Jordan. He didn't shout us out in his last video. But you know, we'll take the higher ground.
What a hider.
But yeah, well, shout out to everyone at Bears, another regional down, and we'll see you guys at Tulsa.
All right. Thank you.
Thank you.